All right. It is bar time. I don't know why that dance means it's bar time, but I guess this is our bar time dance. So again, you'll need a mat, as always. If you don't have one, towel, blanket, carpet. You find what works for you. Yeah, should be a good class today. Feeling pretty good. Anything else? I think that's it. So we're just gonna hop right into this. So you're gonna come down onto your mat, and we're gonna find our quadruped position. So hands right underneath those shoulders, knees right underneath those hips, and give yourself a few cat-cows. So I'm gonna inhale, let my belly drop, reach my chest and tail up to the sky. Exhale, round forward. And on your own breath, inhale into that cow and exhale into that cat. And don't be afraid to push or wiggle in these positions. Be gentle, always gentle with the body. But, you know, maybe you need a little bit of stretch one way or the other. Maybe you need to push back or push forward. And round it up. Good. So then we're going to come on to our full plank. So hands right underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips, and then you just stretch one leg back and the other leg back, and you're in your plank. Look at that. You found it. I always have the habit of saying, find your planks, and then people are like, I found it. Can we be done now? No. No, we're not done. We are just getting started. So inhale, bend those knees, lift those hips, sit back into that downward facing dog, and walk your heels out. Warming up those feet. Inhale here, exhale, press and round through the spine back into that plank. Inhale, push those hips back into the sky. And exhale, round that spine all the way into your plank. 2 more of that. Inhale, push those hips back. Chest to the floor or to your legs, wherever you're heading. And exhale, round that spine into that plank. 1 more. Inhale, push those hips back. And exhale, round into that plank. Push those hips back. Reach the right leg up. So you're in your 3-legged dog. Hips are closed, right? Or parallel to the floor. I'm not opening up into that more standard 3-legged dog. I'm keeping those hips square to the mat. Inhale here, exhale, knee to nose into your plank. And inhale back. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Last one, knee to nose. And inhale back. Drop that foot. Walk those heels out for a second in this down dog. And then other side. Lift that leg. Check in with your hips. Inhale here. Exhale. Drive it forward. Knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale. Drive it forward. Inhale back. 2 more. Drive it forward. Inhale back. Exhale. Drive it forward. Inhale back. Lower that leg. Walk those heels out. Round that spine into your plank, and then drop your knees and hips. So I'm not in that quadruped position. I'm in essentially a half of a plank. Bring your hands a little closer together so they're right under those shoulders. Now I'm going to sit my hips back, tap my elbows to the mat, making a 90-degree angle in my elbow. Then keeping that angle, I'm going to use my core and my hips to push myself forward and then lift up. Our tricep push-ups. So inhale back, 90-degree angle. Push yourself forward and push back up. Inhale, 90-degree angle. Exhale, push yourself forward and up. 2 more. Down, forward, and up. Last one, down, harder than they look. Forward, and up, child's pose. Ooh. Good morning, or afternoon, evening, whatever time it is. Triceps. Okay. Yeah, I know what time it is, I swear. Hey, I was on time for class, so clearly I know what time it is. All right, so find that plank again. We're going to go back into those knee to nose. So push back, find that downward facing dog. Lift the one leg up. Again, keeping those hips square. Now we're going knee to same elbow. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. And exhale forward. Inhale back. Lower that leg. Walk those heels out. Lovely. And then lift the other leg up. And knee to same elbow. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Working those arms. Inhale back. Walk those heels out. Lower those knees. Come onto your side. Might have to move that. I like a little extra cushion for my elbow. It could be that I'm on a deck, but it could just be that you got pointy elbows. That happens. So level 1, I'm going to have this bottom leg bent 90 degrees. And I like to flex my back foot, or my bottom foot, sorry, and then lift my hips up. You could stay at level 1, or you can go for that full side plank. Either level, I'm going to hit my deck, you reach your top arm overhead, toe to fingers. Tap and extend. Tap and extend. Tap and extend. Tap and extend. You can also do this in level 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Lower down. Flip it over. Last time, before we go on to the second side, we're going to do that last set of knee to nose, this time knee to opposite elbow. So hands right underneath those shoulders. Stretch one foot back, the other foot back. Inhale, push into those hips. Lift the one leg up. Here we go. Exhale, drive that knee to opposite elbow and lift it back. Knee to opposite elbow. Lift it back. Knee to opposite elbow. Lift it back. Last one. Knee to elbow. And back. Lower that leg. Walk those heels out. Inhale, lift that other leg. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. And exhale forward. Inhale back. Lower that leg. Walk those heels out. And bring those knees down. Last side plank. I'm going to flip over so you're not looking at my back. So, get your little cushion. Again, whichever level you were at before, try it on this side. Either level 1, right? And if the straight leg and straight arm isn't working for you, bend them. Bend it like Beckham. Okay. Find that side plank. Right out of the way. Here we go. And extend. Exhale, tap. And extend. Exhale, tap. And extend. Exhale, tap. And extend. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Lower those hips. Woo. Take a breather. Y'all should be warm. I know, I kind of just jumped right into that, didn't I? Okay. But we're coming down to our mats. All the way down. Feet flat. So, I know I talk about this pretty much every time, but we're going to tighten that seatbelt. And again, if you need to, press that low back down on the mat. But if you can, start working with that blueberry-sized space under that low back. It's not that big. You shouldn't feel your low back in this position either way, right? We're working on that transverse abdominis, those psoas, those obliques as well. So it's that seatbelt kind of feeling, whether you have that space or not. So tighten that seatbelt, pull those ribs down, bring one knee up into tabletop, bring the other leg up into tabletop. So, and if you need a little help, you can always tuck your hands kind of under your hips. Or I kind of like to hold onto my mat because that encourages me also to broaden my shoulders and push my arms into the mat as well. So I like this one, but you do you. So we're going to tap one leg down and lift it up. Other leg down and lift it up. Now both legs down and up. 1 and 1 and 2. 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 Now, straighten those legs as much as you can. They don't have to be perfectly straight. Same thing. And again, you can always stay at the bent leg version. 1 and 1 and 2. 1 and 1 and 2. 1 and 1 and 2. Last one. 1 and 1 and 2. Now stay here. Bend one knee. Lift your upper body up off the mat. Hug that knee. Lower that opposite leg. And we switch. 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 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, stay here or extend that leg. And we switch and switch and switch and switch. Switch, 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 switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here. Go back to level 1. Or bend that knee hands behind your head, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Switch, 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 switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees into your chest. Oh, guys. Plant those feet, bottoms of your feet together. Let those knees fall open. Again, if this position is uncomfortable for you, you can put some pillows underneath your knees. That's an option. If you don't have that, you could bring them flat like this and just widen. That's fine too. But otherwise, you're here with me. I like to give options, folks. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. And exhale, lift. Inhale down. And exhale, lift. And lift. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold up 1. I know I started with 7, but that's because I couldn't remember the word 8. I was like, what is that? Sometimes that happens, folks. So we're here. Same elbow is driving down towards the same side knee. We reach and reach and reach, 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 reach. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here. Extend those hands. Now you can actually tap your knee. Tap, 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 tap. Relax your neck. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So feet are flat and all the way together. Balls of your feet together, heels together. Squeeze those legs together. Tighten that seatbelt in case you lost it. And pull those ribs down. Inhale here and exhale, lift those hips. Keep your knees squeezed together. Don't let them open. Inhale down and exhale, lift. Inhale down and exhale, lift. Inhale down and exhale, lift. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up here. Pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Lift those heels. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Abduction. So we squeeze those knees open, squeeze those legs closed. Squeeze them open and squeeze them closed. Open and close. Glutes and adductors. Glutes and adductors. 3 and 2 and 1. Lower down. Lovely. Straighten out those legs, arms reach to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, roll all the way up and make your way to standing. Oh, okay. Lovely. So, you're going to find your feet as wide as your mat. Your toes can point out a little bit. Sorry, I cracked my hip a little bit. Your toes can point out a little bit, but not all the way like our plie squat. Just a little bit, 5 or 10 degrees or so. So here, we're going to squat down, lift up, then that one leg goes back. Squat, reverse lunge. Squat, reverse lunge, squat, reverse lunge. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the lunge. Now, my one foot is in line with the outside edge of my mat. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the front leg, the back part of the front leg, right? The glute and the hamstring of that front leg. And I'm going to lift up and I'm going to put my back foot in line and then back out. Here we go. Cross and open. Cross and open. Cross and open. Cross and open. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open. Come all the way back up into that squat. Other side. So we start with the squat. Squat. Other leg reverse lunge. Sit into those heels. Shift those hips back. Into those heels. Shift those hips back. Into those heels. Shift those hips back. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the lunge. Now again, I'm using this front leg to lift me off, just enough that I can move that back leg. So I'm not coming all the way to a straight leg. I'm staying in these muscles. Here we go. Cross and open. Cross and open, like a little lift. Little lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open. Stand it up. Ah! Ah! A bug went up my nose. Okay. Ah! We're good. Round 2. Here we go. Squat. First side. Reverse lunge. Sit into those heels. I like using my mat to know where to place my foot so that I always know I've got a nice wide, not too wide, but a nice neutral squat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that lunge. Here we go. Cross, open, cross, open, cross, open, cross, open. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open, lift. Second side. Here we go. Sit and back. Sit and back. Sit and back. Sit and back. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that lunge. Here we go. Cross and open. cross and open, cross and open, cross and open. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open, come up. One more round. Okay. Here we go. Sit and back. Sit and back. Sit and back. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that lunge. Here we go. Cross and open, and open. Cross and cross. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open. Woo! Shake it out. All right, guys. Last set. Here we go. Or last side, I should say. We've already been on the last set. Sit and back. Sit and back. Sit and back. Sit and back. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that lunge. Here we go. Cross, open, cross, open, cross, open, cross, open. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open. Whoo! Good Lord, guys. Grab some water. Oh, okay. So, you're going to find yourself in that nice, wide plie stance. Here you want to be wider than shoulders, for sure, and those toes point out 30-ish degrees or so. It really depends on how your hips open. So all the same rules apply, right? I want my knees to track comfortably, somewhat comfortably, in the same lane as my toes are pointing, right? You might need to engage your glutes a little bit, especially if you sit all day. Those hip flexors might be a little tight. So you might need to engage your glutes a little bit to keep them over those toes, but it shouldn't be all that hard to maintain your core and be able to do that. If it is, and your knees are constantly pulling in, just bring those toes in. Totally fine. They do not need to be 180. Mine aren't. So don't worry about that too much. So let's bring our arms out to the side for this first one and have a little bend in those elbows. Don't lock those arms out. Have a little bend in those elbows and not higher than shoulders. Drop those shoulders nice and broad. Arms extend and reach through those fingertips. I inhale down and exhale, lift. Inhale down and exhale, lift. Hello, hips. Exhale, lift. Inhale down and exhale, lift. 4 more. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now, keep your toes where they're at and turn your heels back. So your toes are pointing forward, but you're still super wide. Hands come behind that head. I'm going to keep one leg nice and straight, and I'm going to sit into the opposite side heel. So I sit, I allow my chest to come forward, and then I squeeze that glute back up. Stay going that way. Sit and lift. So there's a counter pull. My hips go back, my chest goes forward. And then there's also, we're putting our weight over that one side. These flies are going to drive me crazy. 4, and lift. 3, and 2, and 1. Other side. 2, sitting into that heel, hips go back, chest goes forward. 4 more. Try to keep the opposite foot flat on the mat. Don't roll in or roll back like we sometimes do with those Cossack squats. Try to keep the foot flat and really work that ankle. If you need to, lift it up. As always. 1 more. But if you can, the goal is to keep that foot flat. Now, take your heels and turn them back. We're at our plie again. Out we go. Sit and lift. Sit and lift. Sit and lift. Sit and lift. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Turn those heels back. Hands behind your head. Now remember, I'm not rounding forward. I'm reaching. But you want to think of it, if you're familiar with yoga, how you fall like swan dive. It's kind of the same thing. Just try not to arch your back, right? So keep that chest reaching forward, not going towards the ground. I mean, it's going to head that direction, but your thinking is forward, hips go back. 4 more. I'm also trying to stay square in my hips and my shoulders. I'm not turning towards that leg. I'm staying square and shifting that whole shape over. 2, and 1. Other side. And lift. Sit. And lift. 4 more. And 2. And 3. And 4. Last time. Turn those heels in. Wipe the sweat out of your eye. Turn those heels in. Bring those arms to the side. We sit and stretch. Sit and stretch. Sit and stretch. Sit and stretch. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2. 1 hold, Arms circles in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, to the back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay. Bend those elbows. Pulse them back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come standing. Turn those heels out. Hands behind your head. Sit it over. And stretch. And 2. And stretch. 3. And 4 more. And 6. And 7. And 8. Now before we go on, we're going to try to find that balance. So I'm going to go over and reach. Over and reach. Over and reach. Over and reach. 4 more. 4, reach. 2, reach. Too far. 3, and 1, reach. Come back center. Hands behind your head. Last side. Sit and lift. 2, 4 more like this. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Sit and reach. 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 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come back center. Whew. Roll those shoulders back. And 3 and 2 and 1. Roll those shoulders forward. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. 2 and 1. Look side to side, side to side. Take your time. Really stretch the neck. 2 and 1. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down, and then just keep rolling down all the way to the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to find the floor, and then bend those knees plie, straighten and stretch. Bend those knees plie, straighten and stretch. Bend, plie, straighten and stretch. Bend, plie, straighten and stretch. Walk yourself over to one leg. Again, don't worry if your legs aren't perfectly straight. If they have a little bend to them, that's A-okay. You're just hanging over to wherever you got. Stay over that leg and bend the opposite leg away. Get a little deeper stretch. Straighten back up and walk over to the other side. And bend the opposite leg. And straighten it out. Walk yourself center. Place one hand center, lift the other one up, let your hips sink to that side. Reach, reach, reach for the sky. And gently come down. Switch those hands. Switch those hips. Walk your feet over into that runner's lunge. Drop that knee all the way down and sit into your hip. Push yourself back. Keep that front foot where it is and sit into that hamstring. And switch those legs. Sit into that hip first. And then sit into those hips, stretch that hamstring. And bring both those knees back, nice and wide, big toes together, sit down into that child's pose. Round up. Last time, hands right underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips, curl those toes under, push yourself into your downward facing dog, and walk those heels out. And then walk your feet to your hands to your feet, and roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. When you get halfway, push your knees over the center of your feet, hips over your knees, ribs over hips, shoulders over ribs, head over everything. And that is bar time. Thanks so much for coming, and I hope to see you again.